might that be? Okay. Before this party gets out of hand, I think we should start. Okay, so my name is Jenna. Welcome, everybody. And I am a once business owner, now stay-at-home mom. I have 2 baby boys, a 3.5-year-old and a just turned 1-year-old. Sorry, still getting text messages. I was introduced to oils about 6 years ago by my mom. And truth be told, I think it was my husband that became obsessed with them even before I did. He's a germaphobe, so he was like completely in love with On Guard, everything. We would go through On Guard really, really fast. I don't know what he does with it. We still do. And I was definitely more into like the calming stress sleep oils like Balance, Serenity, Copaiba, frankincense, you know, those things. But I definitely like kept dabbling, and over the years I would get more and more into it and use them for more and more things. But I feel like my real story began when I was pregnant with our second son. I had just sold my business of 12 years and I was at home pregnant in full nesting mode, enjoying not being business owner anymore. Take a little time off. It was awesome. Now, for anyone that knows me knows I have a passion for organization, but also for truth and research. And I had all this time on my hands. I crave information. And with that, I happened upon some research about artificial food dyes in our food, and one of the most common ones being red 40. Well, a couple of them, red 40, yellow 6, blue 1, those are the ones that like you'll see most often. And I came upon this information of how detrimental they are to us, especially to small children. They cause like hyperactivity, various types of cancer, chromosomal damage, thyroid, kidney tumors, asthma, like just to name a few. And those are like all things that are like really prevalent in our society, I feel like. So I was like, what the heck? So a little backstory is like my husband and I had been buying organic food and mostly staying away from like artificial fragrances. We had gotten rid of like our Glade and our Febreze and stuff, but I knew that I still had some like cupboards to go through and some areas I still needed to like clean up, like our spices and our vitamin drawers and like those old bottles of like NyQuil and stuff like that. So I proceeded, and I'll spare you all my disturbing findings, and skip ahead to what really broke me, my prenatals. So my prenatals that my doctor had prescribed me had red 40 in them. The artificial food dye that is most detrimental to young kids was in my prenatals, feeding my baby in utero. I was like, hormones aside, I was so livid. Like I was so livid. Like I wanted to.
That's mortifying.
It is. And I was horrified. And I was so livid and I wanted to kill somebody and I didn't know who to kill. Like who was responsible for this? Like how do they not know? And it seemed very fishy to me. Like, how do they not know that this is bad? And why does it need to be in here? Why does my pill need to be red? It doesn't need to be red. Why can't it be white or clear or just nothing, you know? So that like sent me into a tailspin and I started questioning everything. I don't want to get too off topic, but I started questioning everything with color. What is this color? Why is my Listerine purple? Why is the red and blue stripes in the toothpaste? Like, what is that from? It's all red 40. It's mostly red 40, but the other ones too. So went to the doctor, had a doctor's appointment like right around the corner. Now I love my doctor. She delivered both my babies. She had absolutely nothing to say to me. She shrugged her shoulders and said that that's what I was going to say big pharma. That's what the big pharma reps gave us. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you just give me whatever they give you. So really it's like them deciding what you're handing out. Like, I didn't understand that. So this was like a huge eye-opening experience for me. And we left that appointment and we felt like we're on our own. Like, okay, we need a doctor to deliver our baby. We ain't going crazy and getting a pool for the house or anything like that to deliver our baby. And not quite yet, but I just didn't feel comfortable anymore, like leaving my body, my health, my all that, like completely in somebody else's hands. Like, not to say like we don't go to doctors anymore, nothing like that, but I definitely like do my own research. I don't just take any word for anybody anymore at all. Like that was just that was like what happened to me. So long story short, I went to work on a mission to find the best vitamins made from whole foods because I wasn't going to get it from a prescription. And much to my surprise, I came full circle back to doTERRA, the oil company that I had been using all along. Their LLV, they call it, their lifelong vitality pack, are actually their #1 seller. I had no idea. And I started taking them and I had the most fantastic pregnancy ever. Not to be said for my first one. It was not that great. And the boys are very different is all I'm going to say about that. But it was so crazy. Like I had the best pregnancy. I bounced back, or like I say, like I didn't even bounce at all, because there really wasn't any of that period that you go through like after you have a baby where you're just like completely depleted of everything. It didn't happen to me at all. And I started my doTERRA business 10 days after my baby was born. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't keep this to myself. I need to share this. It was amazing. And now I'm here. I'm an essential oil educator and mentor. And
congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm building my dream business with doTERRA. And my passion is to share information. So you get a lot more than just oils with me and my team, because I share it all with my team too. And we are a tight team and it's really fun. So by the way, this is my little area where I like to plug there's more than two, but the 2 documentaries that led me down this whole rabbit hole and changed my life really are Stink on Netflix and Secret Ingredients on Prime for $5. Pay the $5. It's worth it. You need to. And so if one of my teammates can put those in the comments so that people, can write those down or screenshot it or anything, they are worth your time. So first, we're going to talk a little bit about what are essential oils. So they are aromatic compounds extracted from plants. They're either steam distilled or cold pressed from plants, trees, bark, flowers, the rind of citrus, like the rind of a lemon, things like that, orange. And their purpose is for the medicinal use of man. So they support the body in dealing with physical, emotional, chemical stressors. And no matter how healthy we are, we all have these, can't get away from them. Essential oils are the most versatile remedies in the world. They're nature's most powerful compounds. And what's great about it is plant medicine works synergistically with our body. Our body knows what to do with them. So you're not going to have like these reactions, or they're going to work very fast, and you're actually going to get a lot of side benefits instead of side effects. So that's like the most awesome thing that I think about essential oils. And then the next is, why would we turn to essential oils? So the US, right, is the richest country. We're also the sickest country. Like COVID aside right now, like I know we've got like a major pandemic going on right now, but we've been in a healthcare crisis before now. Like we are a society that is very reactive versus proactive. There is no talk about anything proactive, especially right now. It's very obvious.
Amen on that.
Right? So
I second.
right? Oh, my people.
Yes.
Call. So as a society, you know, we're very prescription dependent, right? We give out the most prescription drugs. And we have a very alarming number of deaths per year from properly prescribed drug use. And I'm not even talking about improperly prescribed drug use. This is like regularly, you know, go home and take your blood pressure medicine, like overdoses from regular medicine. And we spend something like $6.5 trillion on healthcare, and we ain't healthy. So these are kind of the things that are like a disconnect for me. And this is what causes me to like ask questions and things like that. We live in a toxic world, and we have a huge toxic load. And the only thing that I know to do is like, I'm in control of myself, my kids, my husband most of the time. and my home, right? So I can do a lot. I figured out I can do a lot with that. We're in our homes, especially now, more than any place, right? So,
well, not you anymore. Lucky.
well, that's right. I still haven't left. I'm a stay-at-home mom. This is my life. I didn't feel this quarantine at all. My life did not change. But you know, we have switched out, it's taken time, but we have switched out our cleaning products, our self-care products, our food, you know, our medicine cabinet. We have reduced significantly, more and more over time. It started out slow. A couple things I was like not wanting to get let go of. A couple scents, my little pebbles that I used to, my fruity pebbles I used to call them, I would put in my laundry. I would use all clean, dye-free, clear-free, all detergents, and then I would sprinkle a little bit of those fruity pebbles in at the end because I just love the smell. But I have since gotten rid of those. It was like one of the last things. I was like, okay, I'm going all in. But we can do a lot to reduce our toxic load. And it's so crazy now that we use all clean everything. Oh my gosh, if somebody 4 doors down has gain and they're doing their dryer and their vent is pumping that gain out, I can smell it. I can't even walk down Target now because all the smells like literally give me a headache. You become so used to them. And it's not until you rid your body of them that you even notice. So that's been like a crazy, crazy thing. But that's where my job comes in, to educate and empower you guys and give you tools, not just say this is bad for you, but it's like, okay, now what? Well, what do I use instead of that? You know, and stuff's gotta work, right? And so that's where we come in, and to give you tools to help support you in preventative wellness. So next, okay, so right now, actually, before we go on to the 3 things about essential oils that are the coolest, I want everybody to be thinking about your top 3 ailments. If you have more than that, that's fine, but be thinking about your top 3 and either write them down or text them, or if you're brave and you want to put them in the chat, but really think about it. Be in tune with your body, because what's crazy for me is that I was so used to a lot of my ailments. Like I used to have headaches every single day, and I would buy, every time I went to Target, I would buy 2 bottles of Excedrin migraine, and I would pop those bad boys all the time. So if you asked me like, oh, do you have ailments? Oh no, I'm fine. Like I didn't notice. It was a part of me, you know? So definitely really take an inventory of your movements during the day. And do you get headaches? Do you not sleep well? You know, these little things that we probably are just super used to. So I invite you to kind of take an inventory. I already said that. Take an inventory. Take an inventory of your stuff. Okay, so we are going to go to the next portion, and we actually we're going to split this up a little bit so that you're not just hearing from me the whole time. And I forget who's next. So if whoever's next can.
I think it's me.
I think it is too, but I think I forgot to change the names. So switching my screen here. Hold on. Well, you don't need me to switch my screen for you, so go ahead.
Yeah, I should just, my voice should activate it. Hi, I'm Becky, Jenna's mom, for whoever doesn't know. This is a family business for us. So I'm going to talk about 3 cool things about doTERRA essential oils. Maybe more than 3, but that they are natural, safe, and effective. So you've already learned that what essential oils are, that they come from plants, from the bark, from the leaves, from the seeds, from the rinds of citrus fruit, and that's it. There is nothing added and nothing taken away. And the foundation of doTERRA is based on the purity and the potency of their oils. So because of the purity of doTERRA oils, there are no addictions with these oils, and there's no negative side effects. There's positive side effects that we'll talk about, but you're not going to have any issues with taking the oils, because your body, like Jenna said, your body knows what to do with it. And they are the supercharged. They're the potency 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs, because they are just the concentrated oil. So for instance, 1 drop of peppermint oil is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So way easier to get the benefits just by putting a drop of peppermint oil in your water than having 28 cups of peppermint tea. So the second cool thing about doTERRA oils is that they are safe. And doTERRA sets a standard for purity with its certified pure therapeutic grade label that they have come up with to set them apart from the other companies, because it's a very adulterated industry. And this is, again, doTERRA's foundation. So they kind of set the standard that sets them apart. They are the world's highest quality essential oils and are verified safe for all ages, infants to the elderly, and even your pets. And I'm going to share my screen and put on a short video that was physicians that came on the stage at doTERRA's convention in 2016, and they talked with Dr. Hill, who is one of the founders of doTERRA, and they will edify doTERRA and the safety of the oils. So I don't think I can do any better job than they can. So I'm going to see if I can do this.
It's not often that we get not just a group of physicians, but to be very honest, very accomplished physicians, each one of you in your respective fields. So thank you to all of you for joining us today for what I hope will be a wonderful, wonderful conversation.
In my operating room, I'll introduce patients to things that are soothing, comfort care. So I'll introduce them to ginger and peppermint, cardamom and spearmint. That's very helpful pre-operatively as they're preparing to go into the operating room, and post-operatively.
The ability for each of us to have these kinds of modalities, even the ingestion, I have found, took me a while. I was skeptical at first, but I did the research for myself to be satisfied that ingestion is a very bona fide way to go in terms of clinical practice.
Thank you.
It comes down to the idea that I understand the chemical structures that we're talking about, and I can depend upon them every time. It's the same thing that we look for in medicine, is reproducible results. And if I'm going to use an oil, I want something I can reproduce the results with every time.
You have to know that what we're doing is not only real and valid, but it should be expected and demanded of the healthcare industry.
I absolutely think that essential oils are safe for all age groups. When we can take our experience and it builds our confidence, and we can begin to develop that intuition. If you don't feel like that is where you are currently, it's okay. Continued use will build that confidence.
Lately, there's been a lot of talk about a lot of variables with safety. And Dr. Jorgensen, I'm going to turn to you at this point as an ear, nose, and throat specialist. What about using oils internally? Where is the concern, or is there any at all?
Before I answer your question, because I think it is an important question, I'd like to ask if all the members of the medical board will support me and show their support by standing.
I don't know what's happening right now, but I am going to say this. I'm not going to do any emergency procedures on any of you for what you're about to do. There you have it.
Oops. Am I back? I love this company. I get so excited watching stuff like this. I'm just so proud to be a part of it. Hold on.
What happened, Mom?
And for this episode of Ask doTERRA, we have Dr. David Cahill, the Chief Medical.
Oh, she's.
Just exit out, Mom.
Okay, I'm back. At least it was another doTERRA video. Oh, that's good. The theme was right. Okay, so doTERRA, the most tested and trusted essential oil company in the world. And with that being said, it's been proven many times over through third-party testing that more than 80 to 90% of the essential oils that you're going to find on the shelf at the grocery store and even your favorite stores like Sprouts and your health food store, they're going to test positive for adulteration. That's just the industry. So that's natural, safe. So the third thing is that essential oils are effective and they are fast acting and versatile. They're so versatile that you can do what I love to do every morning. I have a case that has all my oils in it, and I love to just practice my intuition and just kind of reach in, you know, and smell them and just see which one speaks to me. And that's the one, maybe it goes in my diffuser or it goes on my body. I love to use the oils this way, but the reason why I say that is because there are so many different compounds in each of the oils that you can be using it for one particular symptom or issue, and because of the many different compounds that it has, like peppermint oil, you put it on your forehead for a headache, but it's going to clear your nasal passages, and it's going to probably aid your digestion, and it's going to lift your mood, and it's going to just help you to think more clearly. So, and that's just one example. Every oil is like that, and that's the beauty of it. And if one just doesn't work, or it's being recommended but you don't like the scent, the smell of it, then you can go to a chart. You can find another oil that has the same components, same constituents, and substitute. And that is the beauty of these oils. And an interesting thing is what happens when you apply the oils. It takes 22 seconds. In 22 seconds, the molecule from the oil reaches your brain. And in 2 minutes, the molecule from the oil is in your bloodstream. And in 20 minutes, it can be found, those molecules can be found in every cell of your body. I just think that that's amazing. The oils support the body's miraculous ability to heal itself. And for instance, the other thing is that the oils get into your cells. And how do they do that? There's an oily membrane around the cells, and that's the difference with oils and some of the pharmaceuticals, is that they can't penetrate. Most pharmaceuticals are water soluble, and they cannot penetrate the oily membrane of the cell. So they can do what they can do in and around your cells, but the oil can go in and actually repair the cell. And that's why, you know, something like what's going on now, or other viruses that go around, you reach for your oregano, a known antiviral, because that's going to penetrate the cell and get into where the virus is. There's no pharmaceutical that's going to be able to do that. And that's the miracle of the oils. Oils work with the body to address issues and the root causes on a cellular level. So those are the three cool things. But just for fun, we'll throw in a fourth and a fifth. They're cost effective and they're time efficient. And you know, if you think of all the times that you spend at the doctor's office, and you have that time when you first start to feel symptoms and you're not quite sure, oh my God, am I going to have to go to the doctor about this, or is it going to go away? What is it going to develop into? And the same thing for your kids. And you've got those 3 or 4 days when you're just kind of not certain what you have, and you're talking to other people and what's going around and whatnot. Just turn to your oils, because 9 times out of 10, that's going to be enough. And it's a great first line of defense. And you always have the medical establishment is always there if the oils aren't going to work. But really, really, most of the time they will. And I so wish that I knew this when my older son, you know, from the time he was born till he was 7, he had ear infections. And oh my gosh, this poor kid. We were just shy of putting in those tubes. Thank God we didn't do that. But he was on antibiotics for all of those years, on and off acetaminophen. And I mean, I have guilt over that. So I'm saving you. If you still have young kids. I mean, this is amazing that if your child is suffering from an earache, you get out your tea tree oil, your melaleuca, with lavender, and you put it on the back of the ear, and you put it on a little cotton swab and stick it in the ear. And by the time you wake up in the morning, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be gone and you're going to be better. And without all the side effects, without all the gut issues that antibiotics cause, and the time at the doctor, and missed school and missed work and all of that. So, and you're talking about pennies. You're talking about a few drops of oils. It's pennies. So, so that was a lot of cool things about essential oils. So I think Jenna's going to talk more about why doTERRA and what sets it apart.
Very good job. Very good job.
Thank you.
Okay, so next we're actually going to have Jeanette, and she's going to talk to us about why doTERRA.
Hi guys. Hope you're having a good evening. We're going to keep it away. So why doTERRA? I mean, there's a lot of companies out there that you've probably seen on the shelves where you can get oils from, but you just want to, just like anything else, research it and understand why you're going to invest in something versus something else. So with doTERRA, you know, Becky and Jenna mentioned it, you know, we have a certified pure therapeutic grade standard. Not all oil companies have that, and doTERRA does.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's the difference between doTERRA and Young Living, if any?
You know what, Jen is probably more qualified to answer that question than I am.
I'll do it in a very professional way.
Well, I just have a friend that does sell Young Living. She's a friend of mine, and I do hair, so she's a client, and she always talks about Young Living. She loves it and stands by it. And now they're starting to do the CBD oil stuff. So I was just wondering if your company's interested in doing that, like, because I like CBD, to be honest with you. It works a lot. And I think that the essential oil companies jumping on that is amazing. And I just was wondering if there's a big difference between your guys' company and Young Living's company. Like, if there, I don't really know much about essential oils to begin with, but.
Yeah. Well, and that's exactly how I started. I thought all oils were created equal. And it's interesting that I started way back when with doTERRA. And actually, before I started doing this as a business, I did a little bit more research in that department, because obviously, you know, before you commit to doing a business with something, you want to know, are you with the best or what have you? So I actually opened a Young Living account, and I bought some Young Living oils, and I did my own like personal research, as well as just like internet research and things like that, and dug a little deeper.
I'm the same way, so that's really that's awesome. I'm the same way, but I mean, I'm not pro either one. I just was wondering, like, yeah.
So what I came upon was a third-party test that was done unbeknownst to kind of the top 11 companies, and they had no idea. And it was an independent, it was actually consumeradvocate.org that did this study and found that theirs, among most of the other 11 companies, were adulterated, and doTERRA's was clean as a whistle. So that was actually, in the end, my deciding factor. And I looked into them as a company also, and there was just
be honest. Like, I mean, I don't mind either way. I just want to know like which company I could trust and which company I could
part
obviously
of
buy
that,
from.
part of that too is just you know, where doTERRA sources its products is different than a lot of other companies. And so actually it is different than any other company. I'm not going to even try to compare the two. You know, when you're looking at harvesting the material that you need to make these oils, you want to make sure that you're harvesting from where they're natural, where they're the most indigenous from.
Right.
Anybody can grow lavender on the side of their building and bottle it up and sell it. But doTERRA instead has figured out, okay, well, where does lavender grow in its most natural state? Where does it grow the most, the best, so that we can source it from?
Soil is right, and the climate is right. And all of that.
And the farmers too. Are the farmers doing what they need to do to make sure that it's growing in the most organic and purest way? Well, doTERRA's done all that legwork, and they've actually taken out like the brokers that a lot of companies have that work with the farmers. And so by doing that, they're investing in the farmers and into their families. And so they have they're more incentivized to harvest it the right way and the proper way. So that way, doTERRA's third-party testing, they find that they're not adulterated.
So doTERRA defines the product as opposed to the other companies that basically make the product or try to develop the product. That's really commendable. I mean, I really like that. And my last question, I'm sorry guys, my last question is, do you think doTERRA is going to be dabbling in any CBD anytime soon?
So the whole CBD thing, and one last thing to add about Young Living, they are actually here in Utah with doTERRA. doTERRA is here in Utah also. Their farm, I can go to their farm right here. It's right off the side of the freeway. And so that's where they're growing it with all
as opposed to like going to different places and getting it where it's made naturally.
Yeah.
That's big news actually. That's really good. That is a deciding factor for sure.
Yeah.
But the second deciding factor again, do you guys think you guys will be dabbling in CBD anytime soon?
So the whole thing was CBD, and there's a lot more information, and it's actually one of my goals to get super, super knowledgeable on the CBD. So we have copaiba, which I'm going to butcher this information, but the constituent that is good in CBD that has all the like medicinal and healing and like why we want to use CBD is very much higher. That one constituent is very much higher in copaiba. And because we get it right where it's most indigenous and it goes through all these testing and it is the purest of the pure that you can get, the CBD industry is much like the essential oil industry in that, I mean, if you think the essential oil industry is not regulated, the CBD industry is way more unregulated, and most of the people regulating it are high.
Well, right. Because my friend who actually works for Young Living, she told me that they want to do CBD, but because of the controversy behind it, because of the pot that comes with it, that whole pot, like the mentality that comes with it. She said what they're doing is that Young Living is going to be doing CBD, but actually through a CBD company that's just going to be offering Young Living as opposed to Young Living offering CBD. Right. So they're going to do it that way. They're doing kind of the background way, but they said that they really want to use it because ultimately I use CBD, and I'll tell you. Take the pot out of it. Take the pot and the THC away from it. The whole high effect, and it is a very good product. Yeah. I really do like it. And I hate that it's such shamed because of the whole weed aspect, and a lot of people don't take it seriously because of the weed aspect. But without the THC, it doesn't even get you high.
Have hope.
Yeah, it works really well for like, especially because I have back problems a lot, so it helps a lot with my back muscles and stuff like that. I have the rub, and it actually works. Like I've never had a product that I put on my skin topically that just works instantly, and that really does work. And if you put it under your tongue, even it helps with headaches and stuff. I don't know much about essential oils, but I'm very interested. But I do know a lot about CBD, and I'll tell you that CBD has a bad rap because it's unfortunately tied to the weed industry.
Right. The cool thing is that with everything that you said, what I love is that you can find alternative solutions with doTERRA to kind of help with all of those little points that you had mentioned. And at the end of the day, the reason why like doTERRA is not all out about CBD and all this stuff is because they just need to find the best way to source the things that they need to source, because they're not gonna go and try to do something kind of halfway. They're going to make sure that they do it 100% the right way. And part of the reason for that is because, as you saw in the video that was just posted, you have a lot of medical professionals who are backing these doTERRA essential oils. And so they're saying that they're using it on their patients. You know, doTERRA is really making the effort to partner with hospitals to help treat cancer patients. And when you're doing that kind of level of service, especially in a medical field, you need to make sure that your product is testing correctly and it's not adulterated.
Right.
And
Well,
so,
somebody actually just said in the comment section that they really were pro CBD before finding doTERRA. So I mean, that's really eye opening for me.
yeah.
And I feel like that's really that's good to know, because if I could find different solutions other than CBD, because CBD, unfortunately, like I said, comes with that bad rap because of marijuana. And I wish it didn't. I really wish it didn't, but it does. And it's unfortunate, but it's reality. So, I mean, if there's other solutions we could find, that would be awesome. A little bit more respectable solutions as opposed to being judged for using CBD.
Yeah. Go ahead. Well, I was just going to say, we actually spoke a lot about CBD because that is a common question, like essential oils, CBD, like, are you going to segue into that? And their biggest concern with it is that they're not going to like release a product that they aren't 100% certain that they could get the same potency all the time, no matter what. Right. And that is a very big concern. Like, a lot of times the CBD, like you could even buy the same product over and over, but it's not going to be the same.
Right. Because unfortunately it's regulated like marijuana is.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of how the industry works. And so, but this Copaiba, I'm telling you, we call it our CBD of essential oils, and the constituents in it, I do have really good information on it, and I would love to send it to you. That way I'm not totally butchering this for everyone to hear and I'm not getting it right.
I don't mean to interrupt you guys either with the whole situation with CBD, but Shara also has my information too. If you could send me some stuff, that would be awesome. And then we can get back to the thing tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
I actually dropped the Copaiba I say Copaiba, sometimes it's Copaiba, but I dropped it under my tongue before we started because I was a little bit nervous, and now I'm not.
That's what I use it for. Honestly, my anxiety is what I put it under my tongue for. Other than headaches, I always say things like headaches and stuff because that was what gets people's attention, because that's what we all commonly can have. But ultimately, it's for my anxiety. That's what I use a CBD for, and it does help a lot. But it's hard to say that CBD helps my anxiety without people thinking I'm smoking pot. You know?
Right. The world is changing, my friend. I have faith.
Right. Slowly but surely.
That whatever you're going to look into, it doesn't matter what it is, that you just find companies that are transparent with their information. At the end of the day, that's kind of what it boils down to. And so with doTERRA, they are transparent with their information. And so they've done that. If you look at the bottom of a bottle, if you have one on hand, there's a number on the bottom where if you go to sourcetoyou.com, if somebody can add that into the chat, you can actually plug in the number that's on your bottle, and it'll give you the full report by the third-party company that did the testing, so you could see exactly the science behind it and how it tested. So it's pretty incredible. Like, you're not going to find a lot of companies that are going to give you the background information about how something's made or how it's passed or if it didn't pass. You can find that with doTERRA, and I think that's one of the things is about them and their transparency that really sets them apart from everybody else.
Well, thank you guys so much for that. That's awesome. Thank you.
For sure. You know, doTERRA is the largest and most successful MLM company in America. And, you know, from a financial standpoint, nobody else can do the kind of testing that doTERRA does. They really set the bar in the industry where that bar didn't even exist before. And so that speaks volumes, at least to me it does. And like I mentioned before about how doTERRA is partnering with, like, in the medical field, you know, they're bridging that gap between, you know, patients and personalized healthcare, and then bridging the gap between science and essential oils.
I bet that makes Big Pharma really mad.
Yeah, it does. And so when you can have science-backed essential oils and practices and integrative healthcare come together,
it's overdue for sure.
Talk about ruling the world, right?
Yeah.
So with all that said, I'm going to kind of teach you exactly how to use essential oils. So there's 3 ways to use them. So aromatically, topically, and internally. So when we use them aromatically, we're going to use them in a diffuser. That is the one thing I didn't grab. My kids were all crazy. So you can see we have our Brevy Stone here that Jenna has. And so what you do, you just pop up the top and you fill it with water. It could be water from the sink up until the red dot. And then from there, you're gonna drip drop your little oils in there. Everybody's different in how much they like. I like a ton of oils in my diffuser because I don't have any Glade plugins or Febreze spray or any of that stuff in my house. And so I tend to put a lot of oils in mine. And the house, I've opened up the garage door and I'm like, oh, it smells good in there. So, but what you're doing when you're putting them in the diffuser is that you're cleaning the pathogens that are in the air. You're helping to support and open up your airways. You're helping to change your mood. Right now with allergy season, I've been diffusing lavender, lemon, and peppermint a lot. And let me tell you, the amount of sneezing in our house has gone down to pretty much zero. So, which has been really nice. It changes the mood. So sometimes when the kids are, high rambunctious energy, I throw in some adaptive in there. And truth be told, I had a birthday party for Jameson, for his 4th birthday party when he was 4. Good night. My kids are saying good night, sorry. And I had a bunch of 4-year-olds in my house. Well, they didn't know I hid it behind one of my picture frames. I put a whole bunch of adaptive in the diffuser. And let me tell you, I didn't have one screaming kid in my house. It was 15 4-year-olds. But really the diffusers are gonna really change and replace all these synthetic fragrances that you have in your house. So like candles, air fresheners, perfume. With essential oils, you can make pure fume, not perfume, And so the one of the other ways that we can take them aromatically, so diffusers, you could do these personal inhalers. You can get these on Amazon. So this personal inhaler has replaced my medical inhaler for my asthma. So anytime I have any trouble breathing, I just smell it, and it really does open up my lungs. You can also open up just the bottle, smell it right from the bottle, or you can put a drop of it in your hands, just like this. Jenna's so funny. What do you call it, Jenna? Dabong? Is that what you call it?
Dobong.
Then she goes like this.
Bong.
And then you can inhale it that way. And it's
appropriate for the topic today.
Right? You can go just like this. Jason, my husband, suffers from a lot of sinus congestion and pressure. So we'll put some drops of a mixture of oils into a mug and steam it up, and he'll put his face over it and gets all the steam. We also do it in a spray. So I'll put a sleep spray together and I'll spray it on the pillows for the kids. Quite honestly, I douse their pillow, their sheets, their blankets. I spray it everywhere. I spray it on top, on them for good measure. They're usually out pretty quick. So mama needs some quiet time. The next way to do it is topically. So the best points, depending on what oil you're using it and what you're using it for, you can put it on your feet. Your feet are the most porous parts of your body, and your big toe is the receptor to your brain, and it is the best point to put oils on is your big toe. So back of the neck, up and down your spine, and any pulse points. So like headaches, one way to do it is putting it right here, up here on the back of your neck. For energy, I like to put stuff right on my chest to kind of get those aromatics up into my nasal passage, and it kind of opens up my airways and reaches my brain, and then it just I'm awake, I'm ready to go. But when you're using oils topically, you're really getting your overall body support and targeted support. And you can do that just by making different types of custom blends of rollers. So you could do anything from energy, sleep, calm, anxiety, get well blends, stuff for the kids to make them feel better. My kids obviously haven't had their sleep spray. That's why they're in here begging me. And immunity. Immunity is a great way to take oils. And so we have On Guard. Today I had to go out and visit property, so I just rolled it all over myself before I went out. And I did feel more supported that way, that I was protecting my immunity while going out into the public. So typically when we use our oils, we dilute them with a carrier oil. And a carrier oil is something like fractionated coconut oil. So doTERRA sells this in a bottle by itself. And then we also, I don't know why, but I use MCT oil. I love this stuff. I get it at Costco. It's organic MCT oil, and you can get like 2 bottles for about $21, I would say. This is honestly my favorite way to dilute my oils. And you can also put it in your coffee for like keto purposes, so it's kind of dual fold. But when you're using, you can also use like jojoba oil or emu or vitamin E oil if you're doing anything for more like your face. So oils can be used either neat. Hold on one second. I'm gonna lock the door. So you could either use oils neat, which means that you put them directly on your skin, or you can dilute them in a carrier oil. So when you're using oils like neat, so you could do it with like peppermint, digescent, frankincense, lavender, copaiba. Those are oils that you can use neat. But like we have oils like oregano and clove. Those are hot oils. You're not going to want to put them directly on your skin because it's going to start to burn. And the last thing you want to do is pour water on it because it's really just going to drive the oil in deeper and faster. You want to put a carrier oil like olive oil, avocado oil, whatever you have on hand, even milk, directly onto the skin, so that way it stops that sensation of burning. But if you need, like you have back pain or something, you can rub Deep Blue on your back and then jump in the shower because that's going to drive the oils in faster and harder and kind of give you relief a little bit quicker. So for babies, for instance, you're going to want to dilute it even more because the oils are so concentrated, or anybody that has sensitivities to anything, just dilute the oil a bit more. But if you want kind of more fast-acting power, just don't dilute it as much. Okay, so the third way to use oils is internally. So one way that I like to use oils internally, whenever I have headaches, I grab my frankincense, I stick it on my thumb, just like this. And then I put my thumb on the roof of my mouth. And I hold it there for about 30 seconds. And honestly, my headache is gone within seconds. It's kind of amazing. Another way that you can take them internally is because our oils, as long as it has the supplemental facts on the back of the bottle, just like a food label would, that's how you know you can take your oil internally. So you can put them in a veggie cap, like this. It pops open with the oils directly in there and then just take it internally. Or you could really do it to support your body, to like help your body detox. So for instance, tonight I have a glass of tea that may or may not be spiked. I'm just kidding, with oil. It's spiked with oil. So I put my lemon oil, I put about 2 drops in here. I'm not gonna tell you, I'm just gonna make you guess. And swirl it around. And the lemon oil is a great detoxification for your body. Same thing with like grapefruit, lime, any of our citrus oils. I also carry around my stainless steel water bottle that I use for like when I go out and everything like that. I'll put a few drops of oils in here to help support my body. You're really, when you're taking them internally, you're getting overall cellular support and you're actually healing your body from the inside out. So like I said, always make sure that you're checking the back to make sure it has the supplemental facts on the back to make sure that's how you know whether you can take it internally or not. Copaiba is another great one to use on the roof of your mouth for headache. Peppermint's really good to use to kind of cool your body down. So before my husband goes for a jog, he'll put some peppermint in his water, and that helps to keep his body cool. I have a friend that breaks out in rashes anytime she overheats. So I told her to put some peppermint in her water, and it's been working like a charm. She's not breaking out anymore. Another way to use oils internally is through our vitamins, which Shar is going to talk about now before my kids start screaming on camera.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about the top selling product. It's a lifelong vitality pack, PB Assist, and Terrazyme. These are the trio of supplements known as the LLV. They include vitamins, minerals, omegas, antioxidants, and cellular support. With this product, people have noticed overall decrease or eradication of inflammation and pain. People with chronic diseases such as diabetes, find that their blood sugar stabilized to a point where they don't need their prescribed meds anymore. Common issues like brain fog, headaches, fatigue, sluggishness, depression can fade away. Unfortunately, we get so caught up in our daily lives that sometimes we don't even notice or take the time to take better care of ourselves. It becomes a norm when actually it shouldn't be the norm.
Preach.
Since taking the LLV, I've personally noticed that I accomplish about, and I'm not exaggerating, about double of what I would in a normal day. I'm in outside sales, so I get to make my own schedule. On a normal day, I probably start at like 8, get home by like 3, and then do the rest of my work from the house. But now I'm like out the door by 7. I mean, my projects are easier. I'm getting things done in a more efficient, effective manner, and it just feels good. I just feel better overall. I feel more alive. And at 38, I mean, I feel better now than I did a couple years ago, that's for sure. So a couple of points that I wanted to bring up on why we need to supplement. As you know, in the agricultural section, a lot of the nutrients in this soil are stripped. There's use of heavy pesticides. Food processing can change the complete makeup of food, unfortunately. Bottom line is that even if we do try to eat healthy, we're getting far less vitamins and minerals from the food we eat. So it's important to remember that when we're eating, we're either feeding disease or fighting disease. So doTERRA is so confident in the LLV product. They're willing to give you a full refund if you're not happy within or after 30 days, even if the bottle's empty. So I guarantee the bottle will be empty, and I also guarantee that you're going to be really happy with it. But if for some reason you're not, you will get your money back. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the daily probiotic. Probiotic is for a healthy gut. It includes probiotics to feed healthy bacteria and balance the gut bacteria. Everyone has heard how important it is to our health for healthy digestion, but they've also discovered that the gut is the brain of the immune system, and they have linked gut issues to autoimmune diseases. A healthy gut can just overall mean a better immune system, which we're all really craving for right now, especially anybody, over the age of 65 that is more susceptible to the virus. You want to make sure that all your bases are covered. Terrazyme is the last vitamin that I'm going to touch on. It's a daily enzyme complex. It's one of the most important supplements. Enzymes are proteins for building, maintaining, and repairing all the cells in the body. Your body produces enzymes, but this process unfortunately declines as you get older. Terrazyme supplements supply your body, and it can help in 2 ways. Taken with food, it helps your digestive system break down the food and absorb the nutrients. Taken without food on an empty stomach, it will boost your digestive system to be able to produce many of these metabolic systemic enzymes that can help with overall inflammation and joint pain that I mentioned earlier. The enzymes are safe to take as often as you want. So doTERRA offers all of these at a really great discount. If you get the vitamins, you'll also get the Terrazyme and the PB Assist at a deep discount. So I actually, when I first started with doTERRA back in, I think it was November, I always feel, because my boyfriend actually played for the Lakers for 5 years, so I always feel like his body is hurting more than mine's hurting. So I like kind of feel bad for him in a sense. So when I first got my kit, my doTERRA kit, I was all excited, but I gave him the 30-day supply of the vitamins. And I just recently started the vitamins probably like 3 weeks ago. And then I was like, why did I give him all the good stuff? So I'm being more generous to myself, taking care of myself as well as the people around me. And I think that's what overall we need to do just as people, is to look at ourselves and say, okay, I deserve to be taken care of. So you want to try them, just let us know. That's what we're here for. Thank you.
Awesome, Shar. Yeah, we've all noticed a difference in you on these vitamins. You have been crazy on fire. So you're awesome. That was really good, Shar. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the best part, how to get these essential oils in your home, because I know you guys are just chomping at the bit now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how you get started with doTERRA. So it works like a membership. So similar to Amazon, Costco, things like that, you get a doTERRA membership and you can shop for the year at 25% off of the retail price. We do sell retail. It's not common that we sell retail, but some people like paying the higher price. So that's fine. We make more money. And then typically it would be like, if a spa was going to carry the oils, then you would be paying retail, or if a chiropractor's office was going to carry them, you'd be paying retail. But most people get a membership and then they have like their little Amazon or Costco account, and you can go in and shop whenever you want. You know, there's no minimums. You don't have to buy every month if you don't want to. There's no catches. And then, so how you do this, so the membership is $35, but most people get started with an enrollment kit, and the enrollment kit waives the $35. So typically you choose a kit, you get started, you get us as your oil gal, and we are here to support you and hold your hand throughout the rest of your entire life with your oil journey. You get all of our support, our community. We have an amazing Facebook community that I'm going to show you right now. We have over 4,000 members in our Facebook community. And these aren't just like members, these are like families, right? Like 4,000 families using essential oils. And we have a lot of content and a lot of engagement going on in our group. You can ask a question and you'll get responses almost immediately, or you can type in the search, like you could type in LLV and see people's testimonials on our vitamins, or you could type in like weird rash and a bunch of stuff will come up for that. Like it could be 2 in the morning and your kid could have a fever, and you could go in there and type fever and see, you know, everybody's going to say frankincense, peppermint, and lavender, and you're going to feel confident mixing those oils really quick. And we've got recipes and dilution charts and all the things. So you get all of that with our community, with signing up with whoever invited you on this call. And then you also get a custom welcome package. It's typically like a set of rollers that we tailor make for your needs to get you started on your oils right away. And then, so I'm going to share my screen just for uno momento. And then also this month, we have a little promo going on that if you spend 100 PV, which is kind of equivalent to $100, you're going to be able to get a free oil that's a really yummy, good oil. Okay, why isn't this working? Sorry, guys. Okay, where'd it go? Where did it go? It was up, now it's gone.
I feel like we should play the Jeopardy music.
I know, my God, I had it up. I don't know where it went. And now it's like being slow. I don't know where it went, guys. Okay. Going down here. So these are what some kits look like. I had this like all zoomed up anyways. Okay, so this is one of our most popular kits. You get the top 10 oils and a little diffuser. If you are intrigued by the vitamins, this is also another, this is kind of the one I sell the most of, our Healthy Habits kit. You get all the vitamins, and then you get our top 5 oils, and then you get the deep blue rub, which is so amazing, you guys. Let me just tell you. And then we have our Healthy Essentials kit, which is kind of the top 10, but this is actually a brand new kit. doTERRA really likes to listen to us. And so we wanted another kit with more emotional support oils with our, why am I blanking on the name of this diffuser? This is my favorite diffuser.
The petal diffuser.
Petal diffuser, thank you very much. With the petal diffuser, and these are all the large regular size bottles. These are actually the small size bottles just to keep the price point nice and tight. This one is a little bit more, and I wish this had the prices on them. It's not $1 million, I promise. Off the top of my head, I think this one is $249. This one's $160. Wholesale membership included. This one's $195, wholesale membership included. This one's $249, I think, wholesale membership included. Big size bottles, more emotional support. It's got the Copaiba, it's got adaptive, it's got balance, which is just my favorite. In fact, those 3 together, mwah. If you're interested in more of a like making over your medicine cabinet and really cleaning out some toxins, this one is a really great, I want to say this is $350-ish. It's got the shampoo, the conditioner, it's got toothpaste, it's got our On Guard cleaner concentrate, and our hand wash, a hand sanitizer, and then the top 10 oils in a large size. So I'm not going to go over, well, this is the Big Mama kit if y'all can swing it, but I'm not going to go over all those. These are for this month only because you guys, everybody is turning to essential oils right now. It's kind of crazy. Like people are out of jobs and our business is like through the roof. Like ask anyone on our team. We are exhausted through this quarantine. Like it's been so amazing. So anyways, doTERRA is trying to make it easy for people to get oils into their home right now. So we have these 2 kits are available this month only, and it's only while supplies last. And there's been some chatter in a couple of the leaders groups that this one in particular is going to go a little bit fast, like maybe even by this weekend. But this is kind of a twist on that other kit that I was just showing where it's more emotional, except you're not going to get the diffuser. So you're getting adaptive, breathe, copaiba, frankincense, lavender, lemon, peppermint. This guys right here, 150 PV. It also qualifies to get this citrus bliss. Anything within this price point gets a citrus bliss. Anything in this price point gets both of these, which is amazing. But that one, it already comes with adaptive, and then you'll get the citrus bliss. So I say this is a winner, winner, chicken dinner right here. And then because I have all you guys and your party animals and you're loving this so much. Oh, I was gonna, sorry,
Oh,
brain fart.
Jenna, real quick.
Yeah.
So the protect and the respond kit, the 150.
Yeah.
When doTERRA did like a pretty crazy deal on this because it includes the membership. When you price these bottles out individually and add the membership, it should be double the price.
Yeah.
But they're discounting it so much because they really believe that people should have these in their home that they're discounting it to 150 with the membership.
Yeah, it's a special, like they don't normally throw us new kits for 1 month. Like that was a kind of a curveball. We had to like make graphics to do all the things, but like I bought one, didn't you, Janae? Because I'm like, oh my God, those are like my favorite oils and they're discounted. So we're telling everyone about that one. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that for a minute. And then I just want to show you guys our Facebook. So I don't know what this is, but that's not normally there. So you guys, 4,300 members, and I swear this number grows by the day. So this is our Facebook group, and we've got just here oils for young and old. We've got ebooks, we've got recipes, we've got all the things. Here's the search bar within the group. So let's just put in LLV, the vitamins, okay? And I just want to show you guys like what comes up. Here, 47 comments, 13 comments, 5 comments, 5 comments, 6 comments, 89 comments, okay? 52 comments. Dr. Axe, he loves our vitamins. I mean, we've just got there's a lot going on here. You guys will not know how to use your oils. Like this is I hope nothing ever happens to Facebook, because this content right here is like our whole life. And we also have our favorite book, which I think I took out of here, of Advanced Oil Magic, and we got it in a digital copy for free that we can pass on to our customers. So like you get that immediately, and we add you to our Facebook group immediately, and then we go over and customize a welcome package for you. We do all the things. We take care of our people. So, and then really quick, while I have you all, I just wanted to share that there is, without being salesy, because sales is not, even though I sell something for a living, I'm not like a salesperson, but I just have to say, there kind of is an amazing opportunity here, you guys. Like this business, the business model, I owned a business for 12 years. Their business model is unlike any other MLM. MLMs have bad rap. I mean, let's just be honest about that. This business model is very different, which is what attracted me. I told you I did my research, and I'm a researcher. It really attracted me. And when I decided to do this as a business, and I reached out to my friend that I got started with years and years ago, she was like, her response was like, oh my God, I've been waiting for you. Like, I knew you would be so amazing at this business. And I was like, why didn't you say anything? Like, seriously, 5 years later? And she's like, no, it's not like what we do in the doTERRA culture. We are not about like getting people to sign up and getting people to do this business. We're not like that. But I was like, oh my God, but you could have like said something to me and I probably would have done it, you know? And so I just like to mention when I have a class, either in person or nowadays it's over Zoom, I like to just say, if, you know, there's so many people without a job right now, and multiple streams of income and residual income has taken on a whole new importance, I feel like. So I've been kind of just ending my classes with mentioning it, that there is something amazing here. We are on a very special team. We have all the support in the world. We're on a fun team. Like, we are such a little family, and I'm just throwing it out there. We have a whole nother like business chat that goes into all the nitty gritty and like tells you everything and shows you everything. And it's very transparent and all that. So if anyone is interested, there's no harm, no foul. If you just want to be emailed that video, we can absolutely do that. So I'm just, this business has been the biggest blessing that has ever happened in my life. And I'm not just talking monetarily, although we do have a very, very generous compensation plan. It has blessed me in so many ways I can't even tell you. So I just like to end with that and reach out to the person that invited you on this call. Choose your kit. We will embrace you and welcome you into our community with open arms. We love our oils, and we are just passionate about you loving your oils too. So if anyone has any last minute questions or comments or anything, we could stay on for a second. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This was fun tonight. Thank you for all your comments and questions. It was really good.
Thank you.